Here's a whole lot of Aussies. 7 different Australian boats, I think it is.
There's a lot of
We're all on the way to the industrial area to get perspex and gears and Delron washers, all manufactured for us. And there's how many Aussie boats in the bay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Aussie boats, and they're all here today. How about that? Plus there is 2 more Aussie boats in the marina. This reminds me of King George Square, eh? In Brisbane. The big TV.
That's true. Oh, just behind you.
That's a green one. Just found out that, as you can see, this BP service station is all deserted. Apparently, BP and the country of Turkey got into a fight, and Turkey just said, well, if you're going to behave anti-competitive, we're booting you out. This is the result. How about that? Having this donut, and the Aran is a drink. It's a yogurt style drink. It's really nice. 7 lira is about $1.50, 60, 70, and it's this meat with bread rolls, tomato, lettuce, onion, beautiful sauce, mayo. Better than Macca's. Here we are at the Thursday markets in Marmaris.
Do you want raspberries?
Oh, it's only up to you.
Well, do you too?
No.
You wouldn't packet them if I have them in that little container?
Doubt it.
Because I thought I just might make a berry mix.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Way around.
Oh, cheese. I'm going to get some cheese.
I'm a piece of careless.
Well, I won't. You know. Do you want some mushrooms?
Piece of careless.
What they are.
Turkish no plums. Believe it or not.
And how do you eat them?
Just eat them. Raspberries, 5 Turkish lira. You couldn't walk past $1.
Yeah, they were 10 in the other. 5.
How much?
5.
How much?
5.
Don't know whether you can see out there, but that is coastline
I'm not
having their tender returned to them because they either didn't tie the tender on or they didn't tie it on very well. So these two are part of a conspiracy to steal this one's tender and pretend that it got floated away.
Now here we're going to cut into the footage that Ryan filmed of him conspiring to our camera to steal your tender.
Yes. No, thank you. So, yes. What goes around comes around, huh?
No, that's called karma. We didn't even do it to you yet.
Okay.
So there they are, out there, being rescued.
A dress, and I've just gone into the shop. The girls are insisting that I have to find a dress. And this gentleman was tried very, very hard to find something for me.
No.
He tried to help me look, and we all looked, and we came out empty-handed.
Apart from me.
Except Lisa, what did you buy?
I got the green over.
Oh, and I didn't even get to see that.
I didn't put it on.
Oh. Okay, now the...
Oh, I like.
Here you go. So just when we were leaving, we found another stand over there, and the girls. Did you walk out with something too just then? Did you walk out with something then, Lisa? No. But Brittany came out with a lovely deal.
Yes.
And the man did a really good deal and only charged her $10 Australian. Woo!
This is what I got.
And Brittany just bought this one, and it looks super not great with the light in the wrong direction. Took you out for a walk and you don't tell me how much you used. 3 hours 33 minutes left, I think, on the card, and battery's a little bit okay. Well, Rick just called me and said, can you turn the bilge pump on? And we cannot stop the water from coming in the boat. So along comes Ryan. Along comes Ryan. Big strong Ryan.
So we replaced the impeller on the Volvo, and in so doing, 2 of the bolts going back on the cover plates sheared off. So today was the day that we were going to go into the Senai and into the industrial area and get a couple of new bolts to replace. Come on in.
Hello.
Hello. What's happening?
How do you know something's happening?
You're filming me.
We have a leak.
Oh.
Like a really, really big leak.
Oh.
Where would you go in the Senai for this? Would you just walk around shop people and point in the right direction?
I'd show them that, but yeah. So you got to get these retapped.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Well,
Yeah.
I actually, well, I put them in, and these
hello.
ones were new screws. Like they were nice and stainless steel, whatever they were. These ones here were the real old corroded ones that we put in.
That's
And I was like, I'll put them in softly for you. Like, I won't tighten them up. And they snapped. And
That's
I was like, sorry, Rick.
Busted your
I
pump.
was like, I honestly to God, didn't even get to the tight stage.
So what was happening on your boat then, Ryan, while this was happening on ours?
Yeah, same sort of thing. We're going to take the impeller out, and I dropped the screw down deep in the bilge I can't get to. So then I thought I'd move on to,
Dumb.
then I thought I'd move on to the pumping the oil out and change the oil. My oil pump thing's busted, and oil's like, it's just like, I'm pumping it, I can see it coming up the tube, but every time I pump, it goes psst, the press releases, and I'm pumping again, I can see it going and then I finally got it out, and I'm like, oh, I'll just keep pumping it. Anyway, about 20 minutes later, I'm getting a dead arm, and I've got like this much oil out. I
How
was
often
like,
do you
God.
replace your oil?
Well, every 200 hours, but it's been about 250 now.
No, the latest is 400 hours.
I know, but you know what? I might replace the impeller every 400 hours. Now,
That one
because I
and
think
that one are
200
just
hours is
threaded.
just a way to make
Their
money.
heads have come off, so they
Never
need
had
to
a
be
problem?
drilled out,
Never had a problem.
and I don't have the tools to be able to do that.
So I think, yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I don't know.
We're needing to try and get the plug out now, ready to put the part back in, which has been fixed, and Rick ran out of grunt, so we called for Axel.
Here's Axel undoing what Ryan did. Is that right?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Or Ryan put them in.
Yeah. He's straining.
Will Axel be able to get out the bung?
Oh no.
Are you having fun?
I mean, that's too healthy.
I will be in about 1 minute.
Oh, well, maybe not here. Tell us about your birthday.
Did you
Well,
order something other than
I'm a year older. That's a given, isn't it?
What was the best thing that happened today? You woke up?
The the best thing today is waking up.
The sex he had tonight.
The best thing about today was getting the presents from you guys. What's up?
Yeah, water maker. You like the water maker?
What's that?
You like the water maker?
Yeah.
Or the bed where you lie on to think about your water maker.
The hammock that I can lay on now from all you guys.
So you can think.
Dream and think about how I'm going to get this water maker. So like and subscribe, Sailing Sunday, what's up?
This is just a little handy billy, well, what I used to call a handy billy system. It's just a block and tackle, great for putting on, lifting anything, barber hauling out, genoas, whatever. Just a good little tool to have. And I had it on the staysail just recently, and the wind blew up a bit and my block just blew up. So I took it to the local industrial area and asked them if they could fix it. So they've come up with a pin like this and a shackle, and a shackle pin, and made the block fully functioning again. It's terrific. And this is in Marmaris, Turkey. They did not charge me for this work. To make the pin, drill it out and put in the shackle, they didn't charge me. Free. They didn't want to charge me. How good is that? Terrific. So now all I gotta do is reweave it back together. Hopefully I can remember how it came. We'll see. Second attempt. Success. Got one of these.
What's this one here? This is a fuel filter for what, Jenny?
Don't know. We'll find it out.
Looks like
See, look, another cab filter.
Alright, let's look at Rick's engine. So, there's the bad boy.
Covered in salt.
Yeah. Here we are sucking up. There's his oil filter that will change. That's us sucking up the oil. Let's go around the other side and check out the oops. People, I didn't close the lid. Alright. So there's the fuel filter down there. Well, Rick says he changed that recently, so I didn't need to do that, but I'll have a look. So we've got here.
That's not the filter I changed.
Oh, which one did you change?
The one in the black hole of Calcutta.
Oh, the cab, that's the Raycor filter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll change that again anyway because Rick's fuel. What did you put in there? Oil, did you?
Hey?
What did you put oil in the fuel, didn't you?
Yes.
For something, Rick was fixing something. So put a little bit of oil in the fuel. What was that for? I can't remember now.
We sucked, just after we launched the boat, we were running off one fuel tank all the time and didn't realise that the other fuel tank had 50 litres of water in it.
Probably don't want to sell it on YouTube. So we ever want to sell the boat in the future. Basically, Rick got a little bit of oil in the fuel line, so they've got a mechanic, they cleaned out the engine, they sorted everything out, then just to be sure, they put a little bit of oil in the fuel just to help lubricate some stuff in case, you know, to prevent any damage. But in return, he's got to clean his fuel filters now on a more regular basis, which is actually, which is fine, just a pain in the butt, because to change your Raycor filter, where do you have to go? In this bad boy here. Have you showed anyone down here yet?
No, please don't.
Alright, you're not going to see down there. Oh, let's have a look. It goes right down deep. So, Rick's going to climb down to China and replace that filter. You want me to do it?
No. So, we've sucked that amount of oil out so far. That oil came out of my generator. There is the generator. And we got a dead body. No, we don't have a dead body on the floor. We've got Sunday.
I just came around for a coffee.
And you haven't had it yet.
We're going to replace the fuel filter, we replaced the fuel filter, then we replaced the brake oil filter, fuel filter. You only got 2 fuel filters, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, so I think I got 3. I got an extra one because
Yes.
I'm pedantic. The oil filter we haven't done yet, actually. Let's do
No.
that. So we start the oil. Old age.
That's the gear we use to
Oh, yeah,
suck
look.
out the oil.
See? That's all drained out.
And here's a tip. Here's a tip. Explain it to us, Ryan. Why
no.
you do this?
Oh, just so you can just drain a little bit of oil out the tube so I don't have to clean it.
Right. So he taped it up there, and all that oil that was in the tube just slowly runs down over a period of 15-20 minutes, and the tube is now clean. He's not just a hat rack up here, is it, for him? Well, most of the time it's a hat rack.
Towel to so when we replaced that fuel filter, we actually had like piles of paper towel in a line, didn't we? And the first massive pile soaked up all the fuel, the second one soaked up a lot of fuel, third one half, fourth one tiny bit, and the last pile had no fuel on it.
So we knew we did it right.
So we did it right, yeah. So if you can't get a bucket under there, just use up paper towels.
Okay. So this is the Raycor filter that we just unscrewed, and you just pull it out and drop the new one in. It's recommended that you have about 4 or 5 of these on board at any one time. They're only a few bucks each, and they save your other fuel filters, etc., which are like 30-40 euros each, so expensive. These save them. Right, now we're into using an oil wrench, and we're going to take off the oil filter, which is a pain in the neck because they're always sideways. And the other thing we've replaced is the anode right here. There was none left on the old anode, and we've replaced that too.
So we'll get a bucket under this. We can't record these because we need help.
Yeah.
We need your hands.
Here we go again. We had a successful day today, and I picked up Lou from shore, and the outboard motor conked out. So we're pulling it apart, and this is what we find. As you can see, the oil in there is combined with water to create that milky grey. So that's all. So the seal on the end of that, and I found this around the end of the shaft. So I obviously caught that somewhere, and then my shear pin's supposed to shear off. It hasn't, and it's just bent, so that's stuck in there. So, and look at all that milky oil, unfortunately. So more boat jobs.